What's the deal? We made it. We made it to 2024. The assassins have failed once again. They try to get us. Yo, they got us on New Year's. I mean, on our last stream of the year, right? On the 29th. They got us. You got whoever was here for the New York session on Friday. Man, they got us right after the trade, remember? We got clat. YouTube just crashed on us. But not before we got the W to close out the year, right? So, how's the new playlist? I haven't even heard it yet. First time playing it. I turned it on and dipped. I was watching, you know what movie I was watching? I was watching Gravity. It's pretty wild. Just ended. That's why I'm a bit late. So, all right, we got some people in the Zoom. Let it fill up. Let it fill up. All right, we got 360 in here. Gravity's fire. It's crazy, right? The entire movie had two actors. It was just Sandra Bullocks. Sandra Bullock. Call her Bullocks. And George Clowns. Mr. Clooney. It's crazy. They made a W movie and she she's like the only actress. He just kind of speaks in there. She's literally the only actress. It's wild. Thought it was mid. It was pretty good. It was interesting. It kept me. It was on the upper mid tier. It wasn't amazing, great, like, right? She could have held on to him when he was floating in space, right? He didn't have to cut himself loose. She could have held on to Clooney, just like Rose could have moved over for Leo so his ass didn't freeze to death. There was a lot of space on that table. Rose could have moved over. They didn't have to do George Clooney like that in this movie. Interstellar better though? Yeah, I mean, like, different concepts. Yeah, Interstellar was much more interesting. Actually, Interstellar was great. But she could have held on to him. I was like, no, don't let go. What they needed to do was put Rose in the Gravity movie and put lived if I was directing it. Yo, is it me or YouTube bugging? Oh, it's me. It's lagging. Yeah, I seen it lagging for a second. Right now it should be fine. If it's lagging, just reload your stream. All right, we're about 10 minutes in. Let's do an analysis here. Let's jump out to how we closed out the year with the monthly. Ooh, with the monthly. The year closed above almost everything. The most recent, the all-time year closure was great. The weekly closure looks like we need to come down for at least the bottom wick before we come back to retest the highs, but I believe if we create a resistance at this area, we might come back further down than 1960s. So we'll see how the week goes. Daily closed bearish, right? And we're back in range here. We've retested resistance with a top wick yesterday. So that means after a top wick today, we would expect to come down to fill the wick to 2055 at the very least. Maybe even, yeah, we might come down to even 2050 areas. But when I say we might come down, that's the entire day, which means this will most likely happen for London and New York, and we'll need to create some kind of a top wick, right? So my opinion here is, if you were to ask me, is if this 4-hour closes bullish, we're coming back, or we're coming up higher to create a much steeper daily wick. Let's see if there's an area here on the daily. Not on the daily, but on the smaller time frame there is. Okay, it's a nice 4-hour. 4-hour support, but I believe our range is much lower here. Okay, so this is our overall range. We should technically stick around for the evening, somewhere between these two areas at 2070 and 2056. This is where we should be able to hang out for the Asian session. So if you got friends coming through, tell them you're chilling between 2056 and 2070. And when they get close, tell them to dial you up and he'll give you the exact, you'll give them the exact price where you're hanging out. Now, which range is there here? So for the ride up, if we're gonna get some closures here, we might get a ride up. It's only 13 pips. 31, that's more like it. So ideally we play the range above 2064 or below 2061. But we can play this range with proper rejection. So we can play the range between 2064 and 2061. That's our 2 advantage points, where we have candles filling the range, right? Every time we respect here, we come down. Where's my annotations? Right, respected here, came down, respected here, came down. So we can fill the range here, but I don't know about playing outside the range. Now coming back up here, you see the closure above? Just drive straight up. So if we get this closure above, we get, we might not get a steep wick, but at least this, right? At least this. Also came back in range, closure above, bottom wick, fill the range. All right, so that's what we want. We want the closure above here, and ideally a wick that can come down to match this wick, right? That area. The issue here is it's gonna have to be the issue is this level is going to have to be higher because, okay, all right, so let me explain this. I still want the wick from roughly this area, right? We still want this area for wicks, but I want a closure on the higher time frame above 2062.48, maybe even higher. Hold on, let me see this. Okay, yeah. If we can get a closure above 2062.75, right? If this candle can do something like this, and on the 30-minute, this is our closure, then I'm looking for a bottom wick to tap this area at the very least, right? This area right here. If we can do that, I'll take the flip, because then I'm gonna assume it's gonna emulate and mirror the move that you had here and the move that you had here. Okay, at the very least this, if not that. So this is what I'm looking for immediately. Now we're gonna need some candles to close here. If we do drive up above here and then we get that candle and a bottom wick, we can't enter the bottom wick because it can also be a fake out. So a lot will depend on how this closes, how this 30 closes, and you know what? We might also have sells if this 30 is able to close bearish like it is right now. Oh, sorry, that's the 15. Okay, scratch that. See, typically, I don't mind taking a sell here. I don't mind taking the sell on the 30. The problem is all your time frames. If you're hourly and you're 15 aligned as well, we can have a sell here because the 30's grabbed orders above the what do we know, right? The candle starts with no wick. Typically the next candle, if the next candle comes up, makes a wick for it, it'll drive the other way. So you see you had no wick here, you made a wick for it, and you're coming back, drive another way. The problem is the probability of the drive here is a lot less once the hourly is bullish, right? The previous hourly is bullish, and the previous 15 that just closed to start the hour closed bullish. So I don't know if this is the bottom wick for the 15 to drive up or the top wick for the 30 to continue down, right? So I'm kind of in no man's land right now, so we're forced to wait. Just wait. So we got COMEX open here in 2.5 minutes. Wrong session. Yeah, I know, I'm kidding. Let's wait. We're gonna wait till 8:30. We're gonna wait for the 30-minute to close here, and then I will reevaluate or evaluate where we stand. Hey, yo, hey. I was like, bruh. Am I on stream from the other day? Yes. Room to come down, but if it does, we're gonna take the hourly closure here after a top wick, or we're gonna wait for the bottom wick on the next hourly and then a drive up, which I believe is more likely to happen. Typically in the Asian session, you'll see the candle create a high. It's not the session that drives, right? We've established the high here pretty early. And in the Asian session, right, you always think, oh shit, we're getting a bottom wick, time to end it, we're going to flip on the daily. It's going to flip on the daily at some point tomorrow, right? Or at some point at night during London session. But it's got to come up and grab more orders. Just look at this steep top wick here, right, which created a lot of range there. So we come up and we re-break the current highs that we made. Highly likely we're coming up grabbing a steeper wick because there's a lot of massive amount of range created here on top. Otherwise, this candle, right, would not have closed probably, well, basically at support here. So now bullish closure on the 4 hour and 40 minutes is a fake out back in range on the 4 hour. So then you're looking for a bottom wick, right? So if at 9 p.m., 40 minutes from now, we close like we are right now on the 4 hour, and the hourly's bullish, right? You're looking for a bottom wick to come back down and tap 2056. And if that's what happens off the rip, we might have buys off the rip. I'm not off the rip, I mean off the bottom wick. So if we begin the next 4 hour candle like this, right? Well, if it's going to be red coming down, but if that's how it starts, I'll look for an entry at this area to come back up. Even though at that point, the daily will be flipped and bearish and coming down, because for the daily then to drive further, it'll have to come up, grab a top wick, well, on the small time frames, and then drive once it breaks into this range. There's really strong rejections over here, okay? So if we're wrong, we're gonna have pineapples right here, 2053. But at some point there, it'll reject either here or here in order to come up and grab orders, in order to grab a steeper daily top wick, maybe to 64 to 62 area, and then come back down for London. What's the deal, Eddie? Aaron in the house. I see everybody on the cam. Tom Lee, Matisse, Bougie, Crew Maiden. So, oh, I was gonna say we gotta flip the tape already. Did you catch much in New York? I had one trade in New York for 14 pips. I had a small runner, but my runner went like 20, 22. What is a quarter positions? Now, if we can get this very candle printed here like this, but on the 30, then in this case, we can't take the bottom wick, but we can take the flip. So let's see how we print here for the 30-minute. This 30 would have to close bullish. And you see what I mean, right? We were just talking about it. Typically, it's the 30 grabbing the top wick and driving, and that's what it looked like for a second. But because the hourly's still bullish, right? And because the 15 didn't fall in line here, the previous 15 closed bullish, this 30 didn't drive through, it rejected. Do you copy trade with Donvo? No. No more bandana in your head? Um, no. No more bandana today. I wasn't sure for a second. I'm like, let me check. Nope, no more. You spoke to Don yet? Yeah, we spoke in the morning on the stream. That was it. What are you calling pineapples? A tropical fruit. How do you stay disciplined? Trading multiple sessions. It's the result of many failures of not staying disciplined, right? And then at some point you get sick and tired of your own shit and you become disciplined. Uh-oh. Hold on, chat. Kids are here. Old habits. Old habits die hard. Yeah, 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 you can take it. You can take it. Yeah, Captain. You're right. Do you blow ganja? You mean, do I consume cannabis? Do I go on a blind date with Mary Jane and enjoy it? Absolutely. The question is, does Eddie? Cheers. Cheers, mate. So excited question. I just passed my first fund. I'm really disciplined with it, but I have $100 in my £100 in my personal account. What I take personal account that I take more impulsive trades on with zero. What's your thoughts? My thoughts are eliminate and I don't know what you define by impulsive trades, like middle of candle trades or trades that aren't planned. If you're telling me you take shit that you don't plan for, then you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's all I can tell you. Right? Plan every aspect of your trade, even the outcome. All the management, what you're going to do, depending on how every candle closes. You guys understand how to read candles, right? At some point, you'll learn how to read candles. And then it becomes much easier to manage your trade once you see the candles and how they're printing. Word. Fuck around and find out. What a good trade journal should include. If you're collecting data, Devious Journal is on point, and go to controllerfx.com and download the journal. Are we going to trade today? No, this is a juggling class. I hope you brought 3 items. I hope you brought 3 identical items. It'll be easier to juggle. What's the move? The move is wait. 30-minute closure. We're closing bullish. Hour still bullish. 30 is going to close bullish here. 15 is going to close bear back in the 15 range. So we're printing side by side for now. The first 2 15-minute candles of this hourly printed side by side. So nothing yet. Need more candles to print. Gonna trade off the order block. Nah, that's not my block. Wix is 5-1. You better add 2 inches to that. How's the gym going? I dedicated today entirely to my kids. I got off the charts today, and kids were in the room, and I literally spent the entire day with them until we walked till about so from around 11 a.m. till about 8:02. I was with my kids the entire day. I went nowhere, did nothing. I played with them in the backyard. We painted, we like rode the swing. It was all... You do bad things, I do dad things. We are not the same. That's a day well spent. Absolutely. It was a great day. You're thinking buys? I'm thinking not yet. Possibly, but not yet. What time is it for me? And my time right now is in the top left corner. And if you don't see it, look to your other left. Your left or my left? Yo, don't be bringing that shit here. Don't be bringing that Nita Maxine in here. You live in the Midwest? Yeah, that's exactly what EST means. Midwest. What they did was they took the last 3 letters, and that's how you get the time zones. Is Don a true Canadian? Nope. False Canadian. Call immigration on him. No, of course he's Canadian. He likes maple syrup and the maple leafs. It's the most Canadian things ever. Plausible Canadian. It's kind of incognito right now. Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous done. Poutine. It's just a funny name. Like, I don't feel like eating shit that's called poutine. But if you call it what it is, I'll eat it. Miami, let's smoke on. Oh, that's right. You're going to be in Miami next. I read that message. Yeah, DM me. Hopefully, I'll be around. I'll be free. Typically, I'm mostly free, but DM me. Because I got some stuff going on. Yeah, I got some stuff with my dad next week. Can't express how grateful I am to you and Don. The amount of knowledge I got from you guys can't be put in words. Keep doing what you got. Well, we put it in words. It can be put into words. It's just too much. Shenanigans briefly. We can do that, possibly. I'm 0-3 today. I'm hoping for a miracle. See? Wrong perspective. That's gonna be very, it's gonna manipulate your trading and, you know, kind of nudge you towards the impulsiveness. You shouldn't be hoping for a miracle. You should be thankful that you have a chance to come back from 0-3. Change your view, change your outcome. I don't get your stats. Say you won 70. I don't get. Okay, I don't get your stats. Say you won 79 trades at 20 pips win. Where did they say that? But your loss 20 at 100 pips. Where the fuck does it say that? We can't continue a conversation that's based on a false premise, right? Adjust your question and I can address it. Other than that, outside of that, you're just making stuff up. I had one trade all year that lost over 100 pips. Our last loss was 26 pips, and the very next win after that, the very next two trades were like 13 and 40 right after that. So. People should talk less and listen more. I mean, it all depends on what people want to get out of this. After Wix's biggest loss, he filed for bankruptcy. Shit, I had to move. I got evicted. Had to put the kids on layaway. Shit. It'd be cool if you included UJ. Yeah, it'd be ice cold if we just stuck to gold. What books you killed New York streams? We had a lot of good volume last couple of weeks of the year. So New York was a pleasure to trade. Session. Oh, Carly, you're right. I actually forgot this time. Not even forgot, I just haven't paid attention to it. Let's clear that. You trade GJ off stream. Your average 20 pips wins. Average 100 pips stop loss. That's incorrect. Absolutely incorrect. We don't average 20 pip wins. We don't average 100 pips stops. Oh, I'm sorry. You could see a stop of 100 pips. It'll get there less than 1% of the time. So we definitely don't average it. I think our stops average somewhere throughout those 20, somewhere between 20 and 40 pips. Shit, I have a loss. See, one of those losses, matter of fact, 2 of the losses in that L column are under 5 pips. Like 5 of the losses in that L column are under 10 pips. It's just you guys get on my ass if I close a trade at -6 and call it a break even, right? So it goes in the loss, right? And then I also have wins of like 3-4 pips that are in the break even column because God forbid 3-4 pips is a win, right? So then you have, out of all that, you probably have what? 10, the other 10 losses, right? That's half the losses right there. -2 pips should be a W. No, you guys got on my, it was -3 and -2. I'm not putting anything. That's a break even. But like 3 or more, you guys got on my ass. So I put that as a loss. Don wouldn't. He was like, bro, what are you doing? It's not a loss. 3 pips. Anything under 5 pips is basically break even. We should set a standard, right? 5 pips plus or minus 5 pips should be a break even. Where do you think gold is going? Right now, it's printing sideways. I've been seeing a lot of Don hate. That's because you're seeing a lot more fans. You're seeing the growth, right? That comes with the territory. That's just natural, right? You got that much more supporters, right? That's just natural progression of things as you get bigger and you grow and your name grows, right? Mainly about him lying about his 50-0. I've been there for the entire 50-0. There's not like, you got to come here with proof. It's not guilty before proven innocent. You can't just shout out things and hope something sticks. You have to bring proof. I was there, and there's plenty of people on this stream that were there for every single one of those 50. Every single one. Through the 100 pip drawdowns, through a 130 pip drawdown, I've sat through it. So, like, there's nothing you're going to tell anybody on this stream that's going to make them believe you unless you're showing up here with some kind of, proof or support, because we have half a decade worth of streams for proof. I don't need to defend on either. Like, there's just, it is what it is. There's no defending. It's all out there. It's all documented. It's all live. Exactly. It's all on YouTube. See, the thing is, I don't know why you guys are approaching this stream like caring. Like, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Like, all this shit is irrelevant. Like, let's say, for the sake of argument, let's say he's fucking completely lying. He's 0-50. Well, no, let's not say that. But, like, how the fuck does that help you? Trust, I've learned massive amount of shit. Like, I've gotten crazy value from people that aren't profitable, from people that are profitable, from people that have nothing to do with trading, people that live, breathe, bleed trading. Learn to sponge off value for yourself so you can apply it right towards your own success. That's it. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. Not what Don has in his pocket, not what we drive, not what like the record of the streams. Like you can go 5-5 and be more profitable than 10-0. You can go 10-0, be more profitable. It's all like the record is irrelevant here. You're not gonna go to the supermarket and be like, but I got 79 wins this year. Nah. You got money? Nah, but I got these 79 wins. Bitch. I'm sorry. Nah, it doesn't matter. It's all irrelevant. What's relevant is, can you make money? Can you get out of poverty, and can you stay out of it? You don't like something? Don't apply it. Don't use it. Don't learn it. But if you do and you find value and you actually spend time to show up here, you spend time to put together a negative thought. No, put together a proper plan. Don be acting Hollywood in Toronto? Yeah, I'll let him know he needs to apologize. Last 15 of this 4-hour chat. Let's be patient. We're printing in different directions here, or sideways. So it's actually interesting because the 15, the 30, and the hourly have now closed bull, and let's see if we can drive up above this range here. Honestly, if we close like this, can we? This will give us range to the 4. I'm gonna keep it there. Looks you should do stream record and yearly record. I mean, why? It's irrelevant. It's extra work for me. You guys know where we ended the year, 79, 20, 38. Mark that off. I'm not wasting any more stream space, because it's not what happens this year that counts, right? It's what happens for the next 5, 10 years that counts. It's irrelevant what this year brings by itself. It's the whole what counts, what matters. Yeah, and also too many things on screen. Yeah, there would be no advertising space at that point. You're waiting for an hourly close? Can I take 10 minutes to pray up? Yeah, go for it. Go pray for 10 minutes. You can do that. Hold on. You guys can't hear anything on the Zoom? Is there volume in the Zoom? Any thumbs up or thumbs down? It's good? Yeah. Alright, cool. Gucci. Last week, a good volume past 2 phase 10 10K in 3 days. Yet here I am on the funded side down 200. That's nothing. You good? 10K, so you can lose 5% daily, right? If you lost that 200 earlier today, your daily probably rolled over already, right? Well, I don't know when your daily ends, but like make sure you don't risk more than 250. The thing is you have unlimited time, right, to pass the funded, so you probably just drop your lots, get back in the game, wait for the next day. Oh. Yeah, 7 minutes here for the 4 hour close. Um, if we don't get that bottom wick off the rip, or if it comes up, makes a top wick first, we'll drop down on the time frames because I still believe we need to come up. As long as the 4 hour here closes with a top wick. Even if we don't close above 2062, we'll drop down to the 30 and the 15 and see if we can get some reads off the candles, whether we get a no top wick or whether we get a really steep bottom wick to retest 62,898. But be patient here. I think we should drive through and close above. At which point, this is also a possibility where the next hour, you'll see it range after a big drive, and especially back into a range. If it doesn't drive through right away, you might get this closure looking like this, right? Hopefully it doesn't look like that. That's ugly. But if it looks like this when the candle closes right now, we would like to come back down and tap this area across the board. So we might tap it, but not drive, and we might get this out of a candle. As long as we maintain closures above here, I'm still looking for bottom wicks and then flip to drive. So as long as we can get something like that, a respect of 2062.898 as a support on any time frame, after that, whether it's the hourly, the 30, or the 15, right, as we're maintaining this as support, any candle that then wicks down and then flips, right, at this point, if we're doing this, if we wick down here and then flip, we're going to be in entries. This is assuming that the 4 hour makes a top wick first and then respects this as a support. If it doesn't make a top wick first and we come down, make a bottom wick first, then we are looking for a bottom wick entry at around 61, 61.5. So quite a few ways to play this. Give me a second, chat. I think the heat is on. It's making me hot as shit. Oh yeah. They had the heat on. The nerve. Whew. Step outside. Chat. You ever watch Neo? You ever watch The Matrix where Neo fights off all the agents at once? I don't remember which movie it was in. The second one, the third one, or the first one? At the end of the first one? But that's what I'm doing every time I step outside. I'm Neo in The Matrix fighting off the mosquitoes. Damn. Okay, I reloaded. Driving. The Zaza? Mini weed, you complete me. Chat, I got the kids a new movie to watch for bedtime tonight. It's one of the classics. We're gonna Toy Story 2? No, I got no, it's more of a family movie. It's it's called The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I think right after stream we'll pop that. And I'm just gonna have the 4-year-old and the 6-year-old just fall asleep. Somebody recommended to me. They'll love it, right? I haven't seen it yet myself. The parody version? What parody version? No, the fucking documentary. Straight Outta Compton? No, that's next week. That's next week, bah. That's a good idea. Cheech and Chong? Chong. Oh, perfect. Ah, my name's GF. One minute here, chat. I'm not gonna close above this area. Or are we? 40 seconds. Let's see what happens. We need a top wick here also. If not, we can't trade the first 15 at the very least of this new 4-hour. Close above here. It's gonna close above this area, right? We tap this area. That is ugly. That is ugly. That's downright disgusting. We don't really have a top wick here. We're either going to need this candle that's printing right now to create a top wick and then trade the next 15, or we're going to have to wait for the 30 here or this whole hourly to close bearish back in range. So at around 10:15 we can look for sells. It's quite a few things that need to happen here right now. We're going to need to create a top wick on either this candle or the next candle to show that we have range above here, but that's not going to be the candle that we trade. We're going to trade the candle after the candle that creates the top wick. Or we drive back down in range, another top wick that would break this high, and then that's ugly. For now, it's ugly. It's also the 4-hour, right? The 4-hour closed with no top wick, not just the hourly. How much do you risk per trade? 1 to 10%. Up to 10.
Patience, peeps. Patience. What's the best prop firm to join? JOB Funding. They've been around for a long time. I went broke last year trying to make trading work. Had high highs and deep lows. I'm getting a new job, maintain steady income. How would you approach this phase of trading? Do exactly what you're doing and trade the lowest risk possible. 0.01 for as long as it takes. Trade it for 2 years. Who cares? I don't care if you deposit $500,000 into your account. Trade 0.01 until you learn not to lose. And then raise the lots once you learn to win. I don't care, yeah. I don't care if it's $500, $5,000, or $50,000, or $500,000. It doesn't matter. Lowest lots. If that's the stage that you're on. Wow, look at Zoom fucking popping. 23 people in the Zoom right now. This is wild. You guys, I know what it is. This is like the gym. It's the New Year's resolution for all of you. This Zoom, yo, I give it 2 weeks, the Zoom will be emptier than it'll be like the bench press at the gym. Damn, but Zoom got 23 people in it. Shout out to the Zoom. '23, the GOAT. Clocking there every day, yeah. Yeah, if this candle drives, it's the unlikely chance. This is the off chance that it would drive. Highly likely it rejects, creates a top wick, and closes either doji or comes back bearish. Just because of how the previous candle closed. But if it drives through, this is the off chance that it drives through. Your friend asked you what kind of strategy you traded. You didn't know. You're trading your own strategy, the hazy strategy. It's your own experience. None of us trade identically the same. We just price action. We apply price action in our own individualistic way. Read candles, apply price action. Tell them you do naked trading and sometimes you wear Speedos. Not gonna lie, I trade different from UX, but I come for the vibes. W. Job trading, that's funny. Somebody tell Damon to refresh the feed or refresh the page. I'm glad you were the only one that caught on, and even you took about 10 minutes. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Forget about it. I'm doing well. Bro, your call last Friday, that price would have to tap 2061 before coming to 2080. Secured me 160 pips. I love you. You know, I can't put an I love you into my wallet. But I love you too. Five kind of ugly. Yeah, that'd be ugly. Oogs, like I'm not expecting this candle to drive. I just said so. I'm expecting this candle to create this top wick, and then maybe close doji or bearish, just like because we don't have a top wick on the next. If it drives through, it's the off chance, but I'm expecting it to reject and create top wick. If it can reject and wait for us, then we can look for a bottom wick to break this 15 low and then take the drive. the way that 4-hour closed, makes me highly skeptical. Oh damn, you rode that all the way up from 26. That's nice. Colombian weed. Man, I know you're lying right there. You tell me Colombian weed. That is not what you're doing if you're from Colombia, man. Colombian weed. Stop lying. When you see the pattern, formed cup and head. What the fuck is a cup and head? Just put like 8 strategies into one. Cup and head. Then a break happens. Or maybe there is a cup and head. Shoulder and handle. Plate and fork signal. You see how Chad takes shit and just runs with it. Just mention something, Chad just fucking, I got it! Fucking takes off. You guys are great. Ankle and toe. Shouldn't you reset the stream win-loss record for the new year? Yeah, I know that's in the Forex Streamer Handbook, but
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
So we are not resetting. You know why? And I'm not resetting. The Forex Streamer Handbook. Yep. It's written right in there. You must reset. If you guys read the handbook, you must reset your record at the beginning of the month and at the end of the year. Why you say fuck me, bro? I think the 5 is the only time frame it looked okay on, but not with the 15:30 hourly no wicks. 4 hour, 2 hour, everything no wick. Wicks, whenever you're ready, bro, answer my question. I gotta scroll back. How do I reprimand myself for not waiting for a 30-minute candle close? So you stand against the wall. Hold that thought. I can't display it here. There's not enough room, right? But you can stand against the wall like this, leaning onto it, and just kick your own ass. Slap your hand with your other hand. Jab yourself with a dose. Nah, fuck it. Use a fork. One hit, 4 holes. Oh, I had a phone. Chat, what do you like to talk about when you have to keep people busy for an hour or two? I talk about spoons and holes. What do you guys talk about? 800 plus viewers and 200 plus. Oh, yes, we still got 200 likes pretty quickly tonight. Guys, if you're new here, sub to the channel. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. First stream of the year. First Asian session of the year. And drop a like while you're at it. I should get one-on-one session with you, Wix. How about this weather we've been having? Chat, remind me to never get stuck in an elevator with Tom. It's the worst. This weather is really something, huh? How about the Knicks trade? The Knicks trade is like our trades here. They do not significantly impact. They do not have a significant impact. So it's the whole, right? It's the overall that counts. And the same thing with the Knicks. They need to make like a whole bunch of trades for it to count. That escalated quickly. Boom! 15 closed with no top wick. This reminds me of the Asian session last week. Very sleepy. Maybe the next one, possibly. Because look, now if we pull back, right, and the 15 closes bearish, but it'll leave a top wick for the 30, and then if we can have a 5 close bull and maybe come back and tap 2061, we can take it up to 2064, 2070. But we need to see this 30 close. Have you ever used the fixed range volume profile tool on TradingView for trading gold, bro? No. Can you teach how to do some trade better? You mean, can I teach better? I mean, you're here. It's your only chance. You don't consider sells? I do. Definitely won't be on this hourly. Asian session quite often has candles with no wicks. Is that you're feeling too? No. Wicks, what exactly do I need to trade from my desktop? Your desktop. That's it? Maybe Wi-Fi? What did you download is what I meant? Well, you need to go to a broker and then sign up and then through the broker download the trading platforms that they offer. Why not entering this bottom wick of this 15? Please explain, because I doubt that this is a bottom wick for the 15. I think the 15 might close bearish here for the very fact that the previous 15 had no top wick. And if that's not, I guess my light didn't like your question. Why so serious? But yeah, that's why. Same light, different year, chat. Give me a break. Chat, give me a second. I need some water. I need to go grab some liquidity. Give me a sec. Glad I could entertain you, Toker FX. This fucking mute button. Join stream to mute works. Some people do this. Some people request that I be muted in the New York session, and then they show up here just to mute me. It does have the red light. It's just I can't see it when it's right here. Right? Finally let loose of Don from your basement? Yeah, I let him go. The guy eats like a fucking maniac. I can't afford that. All right, 5 closed bullish. We got another 5 here for this 15. How do you have your stream layout? The overlay someone made for me, and then I just added it to OBS Studio. Do us a favor and mute yourself till you take a trade. You can mute me. It's the only stream that you are allowed to mute me. What do you think? For now, I think we need to wait for the study to close. And then a lot will depend on how the next 30 opens. Ideally, we re-break the low on the 4-hour, on the current 4-hour. Right? So if we can re-break the low on the current 4-hour, and we can do it within 1:30 or 15-minute candle, and then flip bullish, then I would be interested. Right now, I'm not interested in anything that gold is offering. For now. US just got out of the chat as the strangest chart I've seen. Okay, you should be watching live stream for lessons, not for the trades. True. Why do you ignore me, brother? I'm not staring at the chat. I'm really looking at the charts. What did you say? I don't see where you said something. not ignoring you. See, I just recognized you. Wix your sign. Yes, I know. Last week we had no candles that were opening. Like, remember we had candles that were opening with no wicks. Today we just have candles closing with no wicks. Happy New Year, many blessings to you and the family. Appreciate you, Alex. Same to you and your family. And a little bit of luck. Dynamic? No, it's just the market cycles. All right, the 30 has opened up here. Can we break the current low? That would be ideal, but if we don't, I don't mind taking a flip here if we make a steeper wick. We need to come down here. I want to tap 2062 for one minimum. That would break the previous 15 low. That would give us a rejection of 2062, and then we could take the flip. What we can't do is take the bottom wick because that's the hourly breaking back into the range after the previous 4-hour close with no top wick. Okay, so that's one thing we can't do. Dynamics of the market are constantly changing. It's just the market in itself is very dynamic. Nothing here is static. So just the market cycles and when the moves happen. Sometimes they happen a little earlier, sometimes they happen a bit later, sometimes they happen exactly at the time that we're streaming. Speak about moving the lineup. You mean this one to 2068? I just looked at the higher time frame closures, and these closures drive us through to at least 2068 at the very least. So before I was looking at the smaller time frame closures, the 30 and the 15, but now we had a 4-hour closure, so I kind of moved it up where the higher time frame made sense. And I want a steep bottom wick here to come back and reject off 2062 because we closed below this 30 area. We closed below this area in general, right? Right here. Right? And that's kind of separates this range from this range, right? So I'd really want a steep bottom wick to here. This way when I know we flip, we've grabbed a lot of orders and I'll be more confident that we can drive through. It's got to happen in this 15 candle. Not in this 30 candle. It's got to happen in this specific 15-minute candle. Where did it tap? Area 2 on the... stayed above here too, right? Very interesting. If it drives here, it can drive. I'm not too interested. It should come up. Ooh, the 32, right? Tap right off this. And it respected. Let's see if this 5 can close above here. If we can close above, I might look for something. It's just too much play here. It should still drive. This might just be like a small rejection, but personally, I need a steeper bottom wick. If we're able to break the low here on this 15 and then come back up, it's great. But this seems valid to drive up right now. I'm not as confident in it with the orders that we grabbed. Why do I consider sells? Because we're bullish on every time frame right now, for the moment. I like the buys here. The buys are solid on the higher time frame, right? But first of all, the buys should have been here, and we should have had a steeper bottom wick. Yeah, you're probably gonna see a. No, Molly, there's no trade right now. Yeah, we might be mirroring the push, but that push gave us. Push drove over 2062. If this is the drive, then it's the drive, but it's not enough of a work for me. I don't know why it's holding here. It should pop. Technically, if it's re-breaking its own high. If it was going to drive down right there, that first rejection should have flipped it. So you should see a pop here, but I won't be in it. This was a good drive here, right, on the 29th. But I don't know, this came at the same exact time, also 9:45 a.m. This is 9:45 p.m. So if we can hold here for another minute and a half, that'd be great. 90 seconds to hold. If we can, drives up, then I'll look for above 2065. No active trade. I'm not in a trade. massive push here for 3 pips. All right, 5.
Maybe the next 5.
It's ripping, mate. It's ripping. Yeah, it's just no entries, sir. TP hit, we should get some correction. Sure. Personally looking for rejection at these levels? I'm not really looking for rejection. Like I said, we need to come up and make steeper wicks on the daily. I think we might get a small rejection, like down to like 2062, but we'll start coming back up. I just have no entries here, chat. I see it driving. I don't look at the DXY token, so I don't know. Two minutes, chat. 2 minutes, and let's see. Maybe we can get some buys. We need a livelier soundtrack, chat. We're gonna switch it up tomorrow. I don't think I like this one. We need metal. Elevator music? Yeah, I know. That's why Tom started asking me about the weather. He felt appropriate. Or your lungs are gonna liquidate? Is that a challenge? How about this weather chat? How about that ride in? Are you looking for sell? No. I'm looking to see if we can break the previous 30 low. I want the hourly to flip here. I want the hourly to, the 30. I want the 30 to flip here, break the lows, and then come back up. I want orders below here. I want orders below this current 30. And if we break the low and flip bearish, or if we flip bearish and break the low, at that point, if we come up and re-break the highs, we have no business of coming back down, because now we've grabbed more orders that we couldn't grab to break the current highs that we didn't grab before. Yeah, I'm not a big cigar guy. I don't really like cigars. No, Mr. Baba. There's no GJ here. Interesting rejection off 64.9 level. It's not really a rejection per se. We don't know if it rejects. It's kind of looking like it right now, but until we close bearish, we didn't really reject. We're just kind of slowly trickling up through the resistance. Yo, Wix, I'm coming to MIA. Bring all the Freon. You're going to need all the Freon you can get, Mr. Freon World. See what I mean? So much for the rejection, right? think Bitcoin will hit 1 million in 2024? No. Anything can happen. I don't know. Bitcoin. Who knows? It doesn't take much, right? Like, we're literally like an Elon tweet away from Bitcoin hitting 500,000. You're one tweet away from the crypto world going on fire. Do you believe in Bitcoin, or do you think it really serves a purpose? Yes, the purpose it serves right now, though, does not benefit you. Ooh, 1, 2. We got manufacturing PMI tomorrow. We got Jolt's job openings. And FOMC at 2 p.m. First FOMC of the year. Oh, those are meeting minutes. No, I'm sorry. That's Oh yeah, 2 p.m. And then NFP on Thursday. It's gonna be interesting week. Interesting week. When do you think a mirror is invalid? For instance, historical data shows rejection of 64 and 9 to at least 64, but in this case not. Any tips on filtering the bad ones? I mean, I still think we'll get it. I still think we'll come back down to, right, at the very least to 2062 here to come up and grab orders for the drive up. If we are to drive up. So a lot will depend on this close. What's your opinion on cryptocurrency? I think if you're investing, or I mean, you should keep just like you should keep like a donkey portfolio with just like bullshit alts like Dogecoin or some shit like that, just for that, you know, one-off chance that they're gonna moon. And then you should really be heavily invested if that's what you do in into coins that are built for regulations, to absorb regulations, things like Ripple and Ethereum. That's my opinion. Go to sleep already, my friend. When I'm finished. Man, go to sleep. Y'all are offended? Oh, not me? I got you. I was gonna say, if you're offended, you're gonna have to work on yourself, because otherwise I'm gonna keep doing it the rest of this year. Work on yourself. Mm. One more trade, Mom. This is going to be an interesting 5-minute candle, this last 5 of the hourly. It's going to determine quite a few things. When was the last time you traded GJ? About 2 years ago, yeah. 2022. Habibi, come to Pakistan. Pakistan! Nah, it's really, honestly, it's like on my list. Like, I've been looking at the cleanest places in the world, and it's on my list. I was just looking up like lowest pollution, like cleanest air. Definitely quality of life. It's right there. It's on my list. Yeah, nobody gives a shit. True. We're gonna need to have a top wick on this hourly candle. If there's no top wick on this hourly candle, we're gonna call it a session. I'll call it a session. What up, Shanae? Yeah, you got a lot to replay. You can definitely replay this stream just for entertainment value. There's some kind of value in it, but it was very entertaining the first couple hours. Open a vlog. I need somebody to follow me around. Like I did it on my own, but it gets tiring. It's a lot of footage, and then like, see with me, cause like I talk a lot and I bullshit a lot and I kid a lot, joke a lot, and then my vlog, like I try to turn it into like a 5-7 minute video, and then each vlog turns into like a 20-25 minute movie, and it's like it's a lot of editing. Ten seconds here. Okay, so we are gonna close below, but the hourly still closed bullish above the hourly level. So if we can get some steep wick action to come down, I would not mind. I believe if we are gonna drive down here, if we can tap 2062 here, .9, I'll probably take the buy off the bottom wick, expecting us to come up and grab a top wick. So if up at least at 2064.89 if we are bearish and if we are gonna come down. But if we're not, it's just gonna ride up in our favor. First, I need a bottom wick here, a very steep one, 2062. Zoom has great quality and no delay. Yeah, that's the big benefit of Zoom. If the stream has like a 3 to 4 second delay, Zoom has no delay. Wix, have been secretly filming your life for years now. If you want footage, actually no, just edit it, and if you get like the best 5 minutes out of all the footage you got, shit, release the tape. How can we get in Zoom? You would have to join Wix's table or Clubhouse, or Wix's table probably better if you want to get in the private session on Sunday. Every Sunday, probably want to join Wix's table, and you got to do that through my YouTube. In a sell, got in at the top of the hourly wick. Well, it's probably going to get filled right now, so I hope you break even after 4 pips. We'll have a look again. You probably got to do it through your desktop. It's on Super 8. We closed above on the, not above the overall, but above this level. Depends how you mark this, but even then, if we were able to come down and take and get a bottom wick, right? If we come down here and get an entry on the bottom wick, even if we are wrong, this is where our advantage here shows up with the bottom wick entry. Because if we are wrong and this candle doesn't come back up and flip, right? Even if we're wrong, we took a position, we're in drawdown here, right? And this doesn't come up and flip, next candle should come up and, you know, give us a top wick before driving down. And that's the advantage point here with the buy on a bottom wick here, where you can be break even by the time you hit the flip, and then it's house money. But, right? We don't have that. We have it just to drive up, and at any moment it can come down because we closed below resistance. Can you imagine learning how to trade 20 years ago without streams like this? Try about 5 years ago. Well, 5 years ago, I think Roger was streaming, but before that, I don't think there was anything. 5 is going to close above. We're going to need to come down, re-break the hourly lows on the next 5 for the hourly to flip bearish, and then we're going to need the 5 to flip bullish. If that can happen in the next 5, right, then it's possible we'll have positions in the next 5-minute candle. But this 5 right now will have to come down, do this, and then drive. And the fucker closed with no top wick. That's cool. That's cool. I'll still take this if it does this. It's the 5. Huh. Can't wait to see you at the table, Shanae. Eddie and some buys. Check DXY. I don't need it. I don't trade the DXY. I trade gold versus the dollar. It's the relationship that matters. I don't know what ICT teaches. We like troll and make fun of whatever terms come from that side of the industry, right? But I have no idea what he teaches. Yeah, the 5 would need to flip bullish after breaking the lows, and it wouldn't be on this 5. Because you would need to re-break the highs, not just the flip. Having Don as such a close friend truly must be a blessing. I mean, yeah, like, look, we spent a couple of years in a cell together, and now we speak every 5 weeks. Man, I miss my dogs. You think strategy changes over time? We just adaptify. Like, can we use this 5 years without and still be profitable? Yeah, but we're probably not going to trade like this 5 years from now. We're just it slowly evolves, right? We evolve. I think we'll have better entries. I think we'll see a lot less drawdown. Just takes time to, you know, it took time to get to this point. It's going to take time to get to the next level. Also planning to swing more trades in the future. I'm not really planning on swinging trades. At this moment, I'm planning on showing up here and winning the next trade. I'm not looking for swing trades specifically. Everyone's starting to trade the same, so soon they'll mix it up and screw us all over once again. Who? There's no mixing things up. There's just building upon the foundation that we have, right? layers and layers and layers. Like an onion. Onions have layers. So do ogres. So does parfait. Rejection playing out nicely. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm waiting on this 15 close. I want to see how we close. Maybe we'll be, because I'm not convinced that this is the drive down on this candle. How trades so far? Farzo, the meds are wearing off. Raining like a motherfucker. What is it raining? That's what we call a YouTube strategy. You smoke before or after trading? Honestly, I don't really smoke. Less than a minute here for this 15. If this is how we close, I'm looking for a top wick above 26,481. Roughly 26,409. I want to see us try to drive up here and fail. There's some sort of a bottom wick right there. We need to come up. Top wick. Give me top wick. Okay, made a little bottom wick. How were people profitable 5 years ago? I would say that there were a lot less people profitable 5 years ago. There's definitely profitable people. But 5 years ago, I think due to the lack of direction of where to get proper information, a very small amount of people were profitable. A lot less than now. Now, like, it's 2024 already, right? Like, you should be able to do your due diligence and see who's really been doing this and who hasn't. Getting a trade wick soon because I'm tired. I'm sorry, I'm not trading on your schedule. Trading based on what I see. And I have no positions here. I think last year, I think we started on the 7th or the 8th. We came back. First day we didn't have a trade, and then the second day we had our W. I think that's how. That's how we started last year. What would I add as extra confluence for trade? A higher time frame formation of a support. So now that you're coming down, you want to establish a support at where it did historically. It doesn't have to establish it on the hourly time frame, but you want to establish support 30, 15, right? And then you want to drive off the support that it establishes here. Hey there, been watching your streams for more than a month now. Amazing work. go. Last month was crazy. You killed it. Thanks for the time and effort. Do you have a playbook? I per se don't have a playbook. I specifically don't have it. It's my knowledge. You're getting it here, right? You get to ask questions. You get to have a front row seat to the behind the scenes of my trading, right? And my mindset and what I think about and how I break stuff down. So if you just keep showing up, you'll pick up on things over time. Like there's nothing I can put on paper that would benefit you more than showing up here. It's not what you know, it's how you apply what you know. Who cares how long this takes, as long as you stay disciplined? Yeah, I've said it before. It's inevitable. If you do not stop, if you keep going, it's an eventuality. Whether it takes you 5 years, 2 years, or 17 years, it's inevitable. Yeah, it's gonna break down. How far is it gonna break down? Well, 40 pips up, 10 pips down. Apart from price action and volume, what else will be helpful in technical analysis? Historical price data. If you're not profitable about 5 years, then you should just learn another trade, become a plumber. Yeah, we need some plumbers. Matter of fact, we need some carpenters too. No shame in that. Bro, your hair is real or wig? It's a toupee. AI. Been here for a week now with you and Don. Already learned so much, and I'm putting the time. Oh man, over the last 4 years, if I had a penny for every time somebody said that. I don't really do all the fancy Zen compliments, huh? I just look and listen and make money with Wix and Don. Win or lose, I'm here learning. Hey. Yes way, Jose. Dead ass a shortage on plumbers. Straight cheese, yo. The world needs some plumbers. This sells here played out. What would you have taken? I mean, there was no sells here. You would have sold. It's like catching a falling knife. I mean, you're selling into every single bullish candle possible. Just based off what? The fact that you've reached the level. You can't trade based on the fact that you've tapped the level. Well, you can. Maybe I just don't trade that way. So I just didn't have sells. Not them asking if your locks is fake. I'm used to it. It's okay. What's fun to do in MIA? Nothing. Matter of fact, don't come here. Terrible place. It is. It's honestly boring. Dead. Wix bought the locks on Amazon. No. I got them at the local locksmith. Had to make me come. Some 56 of them. Right? Or 57. I think I have 56 of them. Used to have super long hair. I should have locked it before cutting it off. Chad, I have nightmares waking up bald. Like, no, not waking up bald. I have nightmares that I got, like, really fucked up and went, shaved it, and didn't keep it. When I say I have nightmares, I mean I've had one nightmare or one dream that I can remember in the last, like, 15 years, and that was it. Okay, so there's room to come down here to the next support. You have an advantage point of roughly 18 pips here. I would want a top wick, a steep top wick, back above 2064.817, and then a flip at this point. Because if we don't wait for the flip and we just take a top wick entry for sells, that's the hourly candle driving up. So that's what I'm going to look for. If we start the 30 with a bottom wick, I'm going to call it a stream, and that's it. If we don't get a top wick up above 2064.817 and start flipping before that, I'll call it a stream. I'm going to jump off back up in 3 hours. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to wait the last 3 minutes here to see if it's going to form. You ever implemented EMAs? I started off with EMAs, and then I realized that by the time they cross, it is too late, as they are a lagging indicator. So the EMAs tell me what I need to know, what I needed to know before. Like, or they tell me what's already happened in the charts. That's what I mean. So if they tell you what's already happened, just read candles and you'll know in real time what's happening. It's a lagging indicator. Every indicator is a lagging indicator except these candles here. Yeah, if we actually establish the resistance, that's a better trade. If we actually had bearish closures, the higher the bearish closure, the higher the time frame of the bearish closure, the stronger it is. You don't want to be second guessing yourself, right there. So just wait for it to establish. Yeah, there'll be times where it drives up and down and have a lot of parabolic movement, a lot of volume, and you won't be in anything. But the times you will be in, you'll have a lot less emotion, right? It'll be more robotic because you got what you needed. So it's just, you're going to wait to, you're going to manage it like a robot. You're going to let it play out the way you're expecting it to. That's it. Right? If you wait for the position that you're waiting for and then it shows up, like, it's a different level of confidence and a different emotions that, that gather in here. Can I do an analysis of what would play out before I hop off? We'll do that. The levels here right now are valid. In the grand scheme of things, I think even right here, they're valid. But you really want closures above 26.4 for buys. You want closure 26.49, 26.48, or you want closures below for sells, and you can't take the candles that are closing right now. All right, hold on. We got a closure here. I'm gonna look for a steep top wick. If we break the lows here first, I'm just gonna call it. Excuse me.
The smoke got me. I got bronchitis.
But if we do get this top wick, I'll look for a sell on the flip. Starting Divas a month ago, got the course, watching previous streams every day, asking questions, trying to time myself to see the same things you guys do. Thank you for the answers. Absolutely. Because now if we make a bottom wick and start coming up, oh, never broke the lows. Might still get it. Right, if we break, because if we break the lows, the previous candle, we have a bottom wick. At that point, if we're driving up, chances of the drive up are much better than just not having a bottom wick coming up and then flipping and driving. Yo, wick steps for you as president when choosing an unregulated broker. A lot of them seem hard to trust, so do your due diligence and make sure people are receiving payouts from them. And if they are, use them. Appreciate the $4.99 though. What's your first comment on here? That's a W. Appreciate Eugene. Is that your name? Eugene? Gene. Oh, wow. That's cool. Eugene. Potentially chalked incoming? Yeah. Like, the way it's printing right now, I want it to come up, re-break the highs, grab a steep wick, and then sell stop, break at lows. Absolutely. Getting my likes in. Appreciate you, Husky. Let's play the Petty Dono game. Are you guys going to have to one down Eugene here? You're going to have to drop a 498 here. Overall gold buys for today, bearish. For today, up 20% today. That's a W. In one day, that is a massive W. 20%, that's like a month for me. On average. Shit, call it a week. Call it a year, Husky. That's it. That's my 2024. Shit. That's a couple of years of work for Mr. Buffett. $2025's a year. saving my year for 2030. $2064.50. I'd like it even higher than that, but we get to $2064.50 and we flip. I'll probably take the break of the lows here. Break of the previous 30 lows. It would have to be done on this 15-minute candle. Because if it's not on this 15-minute candle, then you have a 15 candle closing bullish. And if a 15 candle closes bullish here with a top wick above 2064 flat, it's chalky. It'll be chalked. Oh, good night, Daniel. Good night. A couple of people did. Why bearish buys daily sell orders have already been filled, and now that it's 2024, we should be well in 2100 ranges? Says who? I mean, says you, but I need to see some credentials. I need to know the extent of your authority on the matter. No, honestly, just look at the daily. Yesterday closed bearish. We're still back in range, and today has opened up with a top wick. So eventually, today will come back down to 2059, and if not today and today closes bullish, then tomorrow should come back down, grab a bottom wick at that area. But the way yesterday closed, we have range to fill to 2056, a bottom wick, and a bearish closure on the daily. So if you ask me for my daily bias, on the daily, I believe we are bearish and we're going to come down, and this is just the top wick for the daily. The daily just started a few hours ago. We still have London session and we still have all the New York session. Okay? That's my reasoning. And I know it's 2024, but I'm only here for 2 hours. Now, I mean, tomorrow might be bullish. So if you ask me tomorrow, I might say bullish for the daily. And then you can be like, see, I told you we're bullish. It's, like I said, nothing here is static. Nothing remains the same. Candle to candle, there's more data printed, right? And everything is dynamic, from breakdowns to risk management to entries. Like, everything here is very dynamic. Chalk this one up in the books. The way we're printing here, if we flip right now in the next 2 minutes, I'll have a sell. This is what I wanted to see in terms of the top wick. We're going to need to break the previous 30 low, and I'm going to be in there like swimwear. If it happens. Sells would be valid for me, yes. But does it mean I'm looking, it's going to be sells? No, because we could close here in 4 minutes bullish above here, and then it's just the hourly riding yo price up. Wix, you need to reevaluate your mods. Only Carly rate is a real one. Well, you need to reevaluate that statement. Side by side by side by side. So we couldn't take this, right? There's no top wick here. We couldn't take this drive up. And since that drive up, we had 3 candles print side by side. Anybody have any positions here in the Zoom? Nope. Anybody in the Zoom took anything? What's up, y'all? Free the Zooms. You guys take anything?
Yeah, I took a buy at 59.
Ooh, 59.
Not a position for me.
Jeez, was that a bottom wick at 59 on the hourly when we just opened? We just hopped on stream.
I took, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. No, it's even
59.80, 59.87.
Ooh. You know, I actually, that's even before that. I looked at this. This was interesting. Yeah. That was interesting. That was before the 4-hour close. That's right when we hopped on stream. I was looking for a bottom wick 2058.
Kind of knew it might be a risk, but yeah.
No, I mean, here's the thing. You're good to go up here, except you're either gonna take the position here and not miss it, right? And see some drawdown and drive up, or no drawdown at all. But you're risking a chance of more drawdown here. But overall, price action wise, yeah, that was a solid position here. I looked at it too.
Close it at about 20 pips, 20, 25 pips.
Yeah.
25 pips, yeah.
Good job. Solid. Very solid. Alright, there's 10 seconds here for this. Oh, there's so many of you here. want to see how this 15 close. 15 is going to close back above, so it's never going to, it hasn't flipped. Chat, I'm going to call it a session here. I was looking for a top wick here like this and then to come back down, but it's going to close up above here. So if it drives up, it might drive up with the hourly, but I believe it's going to have to come back, grab more orders. We're going to have to clearly establish ourselves out of this little mini range that we've kind of printed here on the 5 and a 15. So I honestly think you should wait for a high volume time and look for the 4-hour close here. This is going to be key for the 4-hour. If you can get either where we are right now or above 68. I believe though, if you get a closure above 68 on the next 4-hour, you're gonna see a really steep wick. You're gonna need to drive off something, right? So if this 4 hours driving here right now, right? We've never grabbed any wicks. If this is the 4-hour, right? We've never grabbed any orders. So you're gonna try to probably mirror what happened here in the past. And look, last time when you got that closure, look at that steep wick, right? So if you're driving through here, you've never grabbed orders here. Here, you just had this one massive drive. If the 4-hour closes like this, if you're expecting the London session then to drive, right? You're either going to get no top wick here and then a top wick on the next candle and then a drive back down like this. Or you're going to get a decent top wick here. Oh, whoops. Right, you're gonna get, fuck you. Right, a decent top wick here, or any top wick. Then look to establish this as a support or this is a support once the market hits it. And then if on the 5, right, if you see this bottom wick on the hourly, then you're just looking for the 5 to kind of start doing this. And as it comes up above here, you'll get an indication of the 5 of a bottom wick, and this is where you're going to have an entry. Once this 5 flips, and that's going to be the bottom wick for the hourly to take you up, and then this is your advantage point. You'll be break even by the time you flip. That's 30 pips for the flip. This would be my idea for the 4-hour close, because I'm expecting this area to be tapped for a top wick before we come back down. At the very least. If not, then you'll see rejections, candles start printing bearish, and then it's kind of simple to identify a fake out, right? As the candle starts closing back below here, you have a fake out back to the daily bias range, right? With the daily bias, back into range with the daily bias, right? If this happens, now you have a fake out back into this bottom range, and it's happening with the daily bias. You're looking for the daily flip at this point, top wick. And you can be pretty confident with these sells. If you start, especially if you don't get this top wick initially, you can take some wick entries. If let's say you get a bullish closure here, right, like this, but it stays below this area, why would this candle stay below here? If you were going to drive up, right, you would have closed like this. But if it's closing bullish below here, then you can probably look for a top wick entry with the confidence that your price was able to maintain below here. Once you break this high, you look for a sell, and your advantage point here will probably be about 34 pips for that flip. But there's ranges, and there's plenty of room. You just need you need a catalyst to drive the market. And right now we're kind of, like I said, we're printing side by side. We drove 40 pips up initially off market open, but we had no way to enter. And then since then we've ranged. All right. So for whoever was asking me what my outlook would be and how would I approach the market after the streams, that's what I would be looking for, and that's what I would do. Outside of that, chat, that's our stream. I'm calling it a session. Zoom, everybody in the Zoom, thank you for coming through.
Take it easy, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, G.
If it's easy, take it twice, right?
100%.
Yes. So, without further ado, if there's no more questions, if everyone's good here, I'd like to call it a session. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on Don's stream. Be over there. And tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, same time, same place. You already know the deal. As always, live here on YouTube. Asian session will be in full effect, right? And I will be there as well. Guys, thank you for joining me. We don't have our dance song, but let's vibe out with our MT5 out.
See you guys.
Keep your candles in.
See you guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chat, where can you find Downstream tomorrow? On his stream. On his channel. And then we'll be back here in the evening, 8 p.m. Eastern on our channel. Drop a like before you dip. Sub to the channel if you're new here. Almost like last year. Last year, first day, we had no trade, and the second day we had a W. So let's see if that's how this year starts. Answer me, please. Didn't see your question. Bring it with you tomorrow. Remember it for tomorrow. Ask me in stream tomorrow. Love and wisdom, everybody. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, everybody.